Yucca Mountain was selected as a site for the nation's nuclear waste repository in a process that began in 1982 when Congress passed the Nuclear Waste Policy Act. The Nuclear Waste Policy Act established a policy for permanent geologic disposal of nation's spent fuel and high-level radioactive waste. The act laid out a step-by-step process for the government to search, study, select, and ultimately construct a nuclear waste repository by the year 1998. Yucca Mountain is a good place to store waste because the repository would be in a desert location, isolated away from population centers, secured 1,000 feet under the surface, in a closed hydrologic basin, surrounded by federal land and protected by natural geologic barriers.
Yucca Mountain was created by several large eruptions from a caldera volcano and is composed of alternating layers of ignimbrite, or welded tuff. Tuff has special physical, chemical, and thermal characteristics that some experts believe make it suitable material to entomb radioactive waste for the hundreds of thousands of years required for the waste to become safe through radioactive decay. Since 1976, there have been 621 seismic events of magnitude greater than 2.5 within a 50-mile radius of Yucca Mountain. Yucca Mountain itself is at an elevation of 6,588 feet. There are three major local tectonic domains that affect Yucca Mountain: Basin and Range, Walker Lane, and Inyo Mono. Each domain has an effect on the stability of Yucca Mountain.
The argument against why Yucca Mountain would be a good place to store waste is because Yucca's location is an active seismic region. The presence of numerous earthquake faults, at least 33 around the site, and volcanic cinder cones near the site.
Nuclear fuel and high-level radioactive waste would be placed into a large, robust metal cask and then shipped by truck and train across the country to Yucca Mountain. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, NRC, has established safety rules designed to protect the public from harm that could resist sabotage or terrorist attack.
The liability of a radioactive accident is determined by the Price-Anderson Act. The Price-Anderson Act's purpose is to protect the nuclear industry from potential accident liability so large that it would threaten the future of nuclear power. The Department of Energy, DOE, controls the transportation of nuclear waste, but they too are covered under the Act. Any accident involving DOE contractors, due to the Act, are not held responsible. However, there are many critics of the Act because any damage done during the transportation of nuclear waste could result in a cost of billions of dollars. The U.S. is 20 years behind the scheduled construction of Yucca Mountain at a cost of $90 billion. The facility is permitted to hold 63,000 tons of spent commercial nuclear fuel. The U.S.'s nuclear reactors will have collectively produced that amount of waste by 2014.
The United States has the largest percent of world reactors in operation.